our current treatments today, which are a lot of the same treatments that have been here since basically what, the 50s? Is that accurate to say? Right?
Yeah, could be.
A lot of treatments minus some new evolving things, which you have your own thoughts on immunotherapy, etc. There may be even some situations where they're actually potentially doing more harm than good.
Yeah, I think so.
Without,
but you have to realize that. I mean, there's what we say. This cancer survivors. I mean, there's a lot of millions of cancer survivors that have survived standard of care, which is the radiation and chemo and whatever else that would be involved. But many of those folks pay a real price for that survival. They suffer immensely if they do survive, and many times they have ailments and debilities and problems that came about as the result of the toxic treatments they received. Many people are suffering from the surgical mutilations that their bodies have endured. Many people are suffering from adverse consequences of high-dose poisons that their bodies have been exposed to. Many people are suffering from the ramifications of high-dose radiation. So you have to look at the litany of ailments associated with cancer survivors, and that's an area of emerging medicine now, cancer survivor medicine. So if you feel that you have survived these massively toxic and mutilation treatments, you have many people, not all people, have a lot of psychological problems, neuropsychiatric problems. Many people have hormonal imbalance problems. Many people have problems with their microbiomes. Many people have problems with metabolic homeostasis. So you have a whole litany of problems that you never had, but for the fact that you survived the treatments that were given to you. And then there's those folks who don't survive these treatments. And some of these newer treatments will kill you faster than the disease itself, with the hope that you might be one of those, percentage of people that actually does respond really well to the treatment. And everybody wants to be that person who really does well. But in fact, many people are not that person, and they suffer immensely with chronic problems, sometimes for the remainder of their life, and a lot of times they don't live as long as as they could have lived had they not been subjected to these horrifically toxic treatments to manage a disease which, in my mind, does not require the use of toxic treatments. So we have this problem. It's a massive tragedy in my mind. It's just something that doesn't need to have to happen.